I have this Duramax turbine housing that I need to machine. I'm going to machine this to a 6.0 Powerstroke 66.4 by 72 turbine wheel. It's a 10 blade, they whistle really loud, they sound great. Let me show you what this looks like before we do the machine work. If you have an LLY Duramax, this turbine is a direct fit for the LLY where you don't have to do any machine work. And I'll also link to this turbine wheel in the description box. I'm not sure which version this turbo is. It could be the LMM, the LML, but this is not an LLY. The LLY turbine is the same thing as the 2003 turbine, except that it's a 13 blade on the Duramax, but it's interchangeable with the 2003 6.0 turbine from the Powerstroke 2003 model. I'll have to machine this out for the exducer of the turbine, and then I'll machine it for the radius so that it matches where the vanes are. Before starting this, I sandblasted the whole housing on the inside here and made sure all this is clean. And my lathe chucks are already machined to grab this inside diameter. So I'm going to slap it up on the machine and machine the opposite side so I can grab it on the other side and do the machine work on this side. The purpose of me grabbing it here and machining the opposite side is for accuracy on a 3-jaw chuck. Here's what it looks like after I surfaced it. I just kind of faced that area and then I went down and dug in a little bit here. That way I can grab it right there. If I start digging too deep in there, it's going to be too thin, it's going to weaken this, and then you risk it falling off the machine. And with a housing over 20 pounds, that can be really dangerous. This thing has just enough swing clearance. I've already cut this for other housings, and you can see how much swing you've got there. Now you can see what this looks like when it's mounted. I'll also go ahead and turn it on for you. You can see how close it is. No wobble out of that V-band area. So I'm going to start making some cuts on this thing. I'm just going to run it at super low RPM, probably 280 RPM at most. All the way back. It's a pretty long distance, so I had to extend my boring bar right here to be able to cut it all the way back in. This part right here I just matched to the vane. I'll pull it off there and show you what that looks like. Inlets. This turbo, here's how it turned out. The compressor wheel upgrade really nice. Is a 63.5 by 88. You see how the radius is properly it's a little bit taller I think, than the LLY turbo, but the LLY I'm pretty sure has 9mm it might have the same wheel as this. It's just not a billet. I did a little bit of porting, it's pretty close. So it's 63.5 by 88 millimeter. This being a Duramax, normally these turbos, the LLY is called a GT3788 VA. It does require some machining for this billet wheel to fit. I think it's just on the back though. It's been a while since I've done those. Arm. The purpose of the 88 means that it's got the 88 millimeter exducer, which now I do have some upgraded parts for this. I've got replacement vane posts, and it's just a lot of work to do that. Vanes, so I've got those. I avoided that by just machining it to the turbine vanes. You have to measure the width on those. To the vane turbine housing had 13.2 millimeter vanes. You have to have the matching vanes. I do have some good upgrades for this. It's possible to machine the turbine housings to use the large to the turbine wheel and not to the vanes. So I had to slope the turbine wheel. A 67.7 millimeter compressor housing and wheel. There's a Duramax bearing housing for the Duramax, so you can buy this machine down. Compressor housing and otherwise it touches that directly slap that on. I've got a lot of these in stock. Not really sure. I haven't really advertised them. I'm pretty sure so I'll link to those in the description box. All the parts used in this build. I might have to look into that. Last thing you need to know if you're working on one of these and you want to upgrade to that turbine wheel that I get here that I've done, they were like or I could do the 67.7 millimeter compressor wheel. LLY again if you change this plate. So I've got matching plates for this and matching housings. You can just they were like LML over your LMMs, but you need to really just convert them over that turbine wheel, this turbine, and machine the back of the bearing housing down 40 thousandths, and then machine the turbine housing to fit. Let's just say some of the Duramaxes are upgradable. Vane as a reference. And you just want it to and that's always worked really well for me when I've done these. I've never had any that rubbed or anything. Machine the turbine housing to fit because these vanes are shorter. It's an LLY, these are the 13.2 millimeter vanes because they're shorter. This I had to flare this down. You just want it to right here. Just so match up there. Down. So otherwise, the height should be the same as the vane. I guess you'd have to machine it down because it's the difference between the so if you wanted to actually use the 15 millimeter vanes, that this is what that turbine came with, is the 15 millimeter vanes, you'd have to remove all LLY, would have to machine that down. And then the LMM, 1.8 millimeter, they have different size vanes. This one just happens to be a 13.2, but there are different. I guess that would go down. There is another size vane that's even smaller. It's like 12.8 or something. And then you would use your 15 millimeter vanes. I guess that's what you would do. I've never done it before, but the thing. Stay subscribed for some more videos. I'll show you a sneak peek of what's to come. So thanks for checking out the channel. I really enjoyed doing this for you guys. I've been doing this for 14 years now, and I'll link all the parts in the description box that I have used in this build and